We're going to be talking, having a conversation.
So we just like to hear your voice. We're going to ask questions such as obstacles you face, the people who influence you to go to college, or you're going to college or not, and what your plans after high school are.
To get answers from students, just to get a glimpse into what's happening in their lives.
My dad always told me stay on the right track, and he said it's up to you. When it comes to school, school first. So he never really told me like you have to have straight A's or whatever, but he, how could I say, like he said he would really like it, and I never really wanted to disappoint him or nothing.
My mother, she didn't go to college, so like seeing how she struggled a little bit, it only let me know that I got to do better because I don't want to be in the same pace as her.
I would have to say my dad, he's in the nursing degree, which is what I'm following in, and so it's like having a mentor show me the way.
I am prepared to go to college because I have a whole lot of motivators in my family, like my mother, because there's a whole lot of people in my family that ain't been to college, and I want to be one of the first males in my family to go to college.
I realized my entire family just wants something better for me than what my dad had. And, you know, that's what inspired me, that said I need to go to college, I need to do something in my life.
My sister's been a really big influence. She dropped out of college, but she's going back and she's gotten her life together, and it's just an inspiration to me that I want to go to college.
A lot of the teachers here actually, they actually encouraged me that I should be going to college because I really wasn't thinking about it.
My AP English teacher, it's like a bittersweet kind of feeling with her. She pushes you so hard.
Personal time from the teacher is a huge part. I mean, more than they can probably realize.
College fairs and the guidance counselors help us know about, financing college. Letting us know when scholarships come in and when they're due.
And my coaches, my volleyball coaches, my basketball coach, and my track coach.
The biggest thing my coaches preach to me is discipline. So if you get discipline on the field and the practice field, you have it in the classroom, because they say make your grades before you come out here.
With me being an RO, I love it. I love going to formations. I love someone getting on me when I don't do something right.
Most of my knowledge about college came outside of school, such as my church. My denomination, they help me become the person who I am, which is a leader and not a follower, and to do my best, and they motivate me to do what's right.
I had a good GPA, but now, I was procrastinating and not focusing, and it dropped lower than what I wanted it to be. And I feel like I would have focused a lot more if I could go back.
Yeah, I basically failed almost all my classes my freshman year. I made like C's and F's my sophomore year, and then I realized I can't get anything. Like, I couldn't get scholarships, I couldn't get into barely any colleges because of my grades.
Didn't take school as serious, and now my GPA is kind of suffering for that. And also it was also the ACT, and I didn't score as high as I planned on.
Study habits. I have the worst study habits ever. Coming out of middle school, I made good grades and all, but when you get into high school, it's a whole different story. And you got sports and you hang out with friends.
Maintaining like school and sports and like your social life and stuff, because with sports you always have practice and you're always tired afterwards. You don't really have like the will to do your homework or study for tests.
I understand that there's only 2 counselors here for 600 students, and that's not enough. Every time I go in there, it's to the point, get this done, go back to class.
There has not been a presentation of information on how to get to college or what to do when we get to college. I'm still left in the dark. I don't know what college is going to be like.
Can't really afford to pay room and board, and you have to pretty much rely on scholarships. And with all the competition out there for scholarships, it's really hard to get them.
I'm worried about actually paying for it and not having to worry about being in debt when I get out of college.
Like for me, I don't really want to go to Georgia Tech. I want to be an engineer, and that's a great engineering school. But out-of-state tuition is like $23,000, and that's not really an option right now. And scholarship money for me would be really hard to come by.
I guess the stereotype I fit in is, you know, white and rich or something. I mean, but what's so comical is that yes, I'm white, but no, I'm not rich. I need scholarship money just as much as everyone else. I have, you know, the large family and the one working parent.
And it gets to the point at times where I'm just like, I'm no longer trying to learn. I'm just doing the work to turn it in so I can get my grade and go.
It's constantly worksheets, and when you do those all the time, you're just, yeah, I'm gonna go play video games or something, and you know, I'm gonna do better.
My mother had seizures, so that was the opposite, because you gotta try to figure out what college you're going to. You don't want to go too far from home because you want to make sure she's okay.
My mother passed away a couple years ago, and when I think about it, leaving my family would be the hardest part about going to college, because if I go away to college in a different state and then something happens to another one of my family members, I wouldn't be there.
Since I do go to an all-black high school, my grades is not going to be highest as another white school.
A teacher told me that. They told me that an A here does not mean an A at another school.
Minds to think that, oh, I'm just another black kid that's not going to, you know, do my best. And when they see me in an honors class or a dual enrollment class, when I'm in dual enrollment, they think, oh, I don't have the money to pay for this. Why is she in this?
I really don't think any teacher have ever said to me that I'm college material or...
People telling me that I couldn't even get into a college that I wanted to go to, or I didn't have a chance, or it's too much money.
It does go back to self, because it starts with you. Everything that's going to make out of your life, it starts with you.
Yeah, the adults can't do everything for us. You have to have a vision and kind of have an idea of what you want to be doing in the next few years.
I think what adults and mentors and any type of leadership should really focus on to help students become more prepared for college is to start earlier. Start in middle school. Don't just start in high school when everything is down to the wire.
At ninth grade, I feel like we should have had more meetings, like telling us what a GPA was, because I really didn't find out about my GPA until my 10th grade year, going to my 11th grade year.
You know, freshmen and younger people, it needs to be somebody that's going to stay on them.
Just keep pushing us because we're going through a lot right now. So just like stay honest.
Want to help me. Don't wait for me to come to you. I believe you should come to me and you should check on me, ask me how I'm doing. Just give me a call to see where I'm at. You should, motivate me to, make my decisions as far as going to college.
The offer of help would be absolutely fantastic.
Someone who has high standards and expects you to meet those standards. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, he might not be able to meet the standards, but they always hold you to those high expectations.
High school should just tighten up on the expectations and like the standards of their students.
Every time I go to the college advisor, there's a line to get in there to talk to her. I think, if not, get more college advisors, make their hours here longer or put them full time.
I make more things accessible. Like, I know there's been times where I really needed a computer that day, but I did not get to use any. I got kicked out of the library. I mean, I got kicked out of this room, and all I wanted to do is use a computer.
I want to get a teacher that is passionate about what he's talking about, and like
knows you by name,
exactly,
not number.
and knows you by name.
I'm an RO, so everybody is family. So if a teacher's going to teach a whole class, I think he should consider them as family.
Go, and I think the best thing for you as a freshman would be just to talk to the teacher that inspires you and just ask her what are some small things that you can do now.
We're here to learn, not to play around, not to mess around in school.
Teachers will help you. So if you have a question, don't be afraid. Don't give up on everything, even though you feel like, oh, I will never understand this or something.
You're not gonna get everything on the first try, but as long as you keep working at it, everything, you'll get it eventually.
You hang out with people who don't know what they're doing, you most likely probably won't know what you're doing either. I remember in math class, I would go up to the smart student and just ask them, hey, how'd you get this? Just just show me how, and it's worked so far.
Don't do the minimal. Try not to never do the minimal. Go to your highest standard.
Also, a little advice. I mean, you seem like a smart kid and stuff. Just keep your grades up. Because, I mean, even freshman year, I thought it was just goof off time. I finished middle school, I can goof off little high school kids. And my grade point average, I think, after freshman year was like a 1.5.
Just staying on the right track, like, from the beginning, as freshman, all the way up through high school.
Try harder. Get your grades up. Do extracurricular activities. Volunteer.
They don't tell you this at the beginning. Well, they didn't tell me until last year. But as far as classes go, AP classes really help you with college.
The guidance counselors, they're there to help, but they may not have time for you. So you need to learn what you need to do on your own time. That way you can help yourself.
You're independent. At the end of the day, it's just going to be you. And throughout your life, you're not going to have somebody there to just take care of you and do these things for you. So that's the kind of mindset that I like to work out of.
All those people that told me I wouldn't get into the University of Alabama, I did.
I feel like once you know somebody is looking at you and somebody is expecting the best out of you, that's when you're going to really start working and doing your absolute best. So it really does start with an adult. It starts with a parent, it starts with a teacher, it starts with a mentor, and then you kind of excel off of that. They're the launching pad, you're the rocket, basically.